Hey everyone, I hope you're doing well. I miss you guys, hanging out with you on a Tuesday evening. Just if you hear any background noise, we're here on... There's lots of 3 children at home. No quiet space exists anymore with home learning. So if you hear them banging around, that's just the kids. Don't worry about it. Now the idea of this... Ooh, my hands are big. Now the idea of this video is to get us all together, explain what's going to happen going forwards, particularly how we can continue learning from the Bible together, supporting each other for the foreseeable future. Both at St. Matt's Youth and a little bit about how the church as a whole is going to continue. As you know, we're unable to meet together in person right now. It's just not safe to do that. These are really weird times. No one quite knows what's going to happen or anything. It's all very odd. I think anxious is probably the key word that describes how many of us are feeling. Anxious about school and keeping up with things on that side, what learning from home long term will look like, what it means for exams and stuff like that. Anxious about friends we can't go and meet up with. Anxious about loved ones, maybe grandparents or great-grandparents, or others we know who are particularly vulnerable at this time. Just anxious about the world as a whole. So we're going to have a little chat now about a few things that I hope may help a little bit with that in the coming days and weeks. And there are 2 main things we're going to do as St. Matt's Youth that I hope will be helpful. First is we're going to continue to try and gather together, albeit virtually, and learn from God's Word. And that's going to happen with a main video here on YouTube, and then through discussions and conversations over on a Marco Polo app, which I'll explain in a moment. This week, this is the video, but we're going to be from next Tuesday onwards, from, what's it, 23rd today, 24th? I guess the 1st of April? From April onwards, well, next Tuesday anyway, we're going to be talking particularly about the new creation, what that is, and why it matters. The second thing we're going to do is use the app I mentioned, Marco Polo, to keep meeting and chatting with each other. I had a look at it. It's sort of a halfway house between like FaceTime and texting, in that we're sharing video chat with each other, but not necessarily at the same time. So there's a bit of... you leave a video message, the next person sees it, can reply with a video when they're ready to. So sort of between a group chat and a FaceTime kind of thing. And I was thinking this would be a good place for us to keep in contact with each other, for you to keep in contact with each other, to see each other's faces still, rather than just looking at this ugly mug. It's also a place where you could ask any of those big questions you might have, and we can look for answers together. Or if you just need a place to vent up all that you're feeling, all that you have bottled up about what's going on, this could be a place to do that. And if I've done this video right, you should see the logo somewhere on the screen to show you what you're looking for in your app store. I also wanted to point you quickly to the other videos on this YouTube channel. There are Sunday services at St. Matthew's Church. So if you go to playlist, you'll see it say something like Sunday 22nd of March, Habakkuk 2, and those playlists are how we're having church from now on during this time. So do be watching those every week, maybe gathering together with your family to do so. I've already been sent a video of Lucy and her dad joining in the song Cornerstone from this last Sunday's one. And also this Sunday's was particularly helpful, I thought, as it looked at the questions of why do bad things happen. So do give those a watch. Good. In the meantime, let me talk about 2 things that I hope will be helpful in the coming days. The first is to remember who God is. Let me read you a little bit from Isaiah chapter 40, it's verses 28 to 31. It says, "Have you not known? Have you not heard? The Lord is the everlasting God, the creator of the ends of the earth. He does not faint or grow weary. His understanding is unsearchable. He gives power to the faint, and to him who has no might, he increases strength. Even youths shall faint and be weary, and young men shall fall exhausted. But they who wait for the Lord shall renew their strength. They shall mount up with wings like eagles. They shall run and not be weary. They shall walk and not faint." The world around us has changed massively, seemingly overnight. We now have a world where no one knows what is happening, that is full of anxiety, and maybe some hopelessness. But we hear here a little about who our God is. He is the God who made everything. He is the God that doesn't grow tired, that doesn't get weary. He is the God who understands everything. His understanding is unsearchable, it says. He understands everything more than we ever could. And he gives strength to those who wait for him, to those who put their faith in him. Sort of as we've been talking about in Hebrews 11 since January. So that's the first thing we can do. Put our trust in God. Even when all seems crazy and chaotic, we can know that God has it all in hand. He's not gone to bed and let it slip out of his hand. He is in control. So remembering who God is and what he's like is going to help us, I think, in the coming days. The other thing I want to encourage you to do is to turn to God in prayer this week. Let me read you a verse from Philippians 4. This is Philippians 4, verse 6. It says, "Do not be anxious about anything, but in everything, by prayer and supplication with thanksgiving, let your requests be made known to God." What that's saying is if you're feeling anxious about what's happening, if you are worried about everything that is going on or about particular people, we are to present our requests to God. How did it put it in this version? Let your requests be made known to God. It's talking about turning to God in prayer. So what that's saying is if we're feeling anxious, we should tell God how we're feeling. We can take those feelings, we can take those worries to God, and know that our great God, who won't grow tired, who won't grow weary, who made the world, will hear us and loves us enough. I think that's enough for now. If you guys need anything at all, do call or text or email, and I will get back to you. And hopefully, if I've done things right, by the time you're seeing this, maybe some of you will have been sent an invite to the Marco Polo group, and do share that with each other as well, because I'm likely to get it wrong myself. Cheers, guys. I guess I hope to see you soon, and there'll be another video next Tuesday, Tuesday 7 o'clock, about the new creation. I'm going to go before I make any more mistakes. See ya.